When a man feels unappreciated, he usually doesn't storm out. He doesn't make a scene, and that would almost be easier. But most of the time, he stays. But slowly, he stops being the man you remember. First comes the silence. Not because he ran out of words, but because he starts to feel like his words don't matter anymore. His words are falling on deaf ears. Then he stops asking for effort from you. Not because he doesn't need it, but because asking for the basics like respect, appreciation, consideration, that begins to feel humiliating. And something else starts to change. The smile you used to get so easily, that becomes so rare. The laughter gets quieter. The light in his eyes doesn't disappear all at once. It drains quietly over time. And that's the part so many women miss.
Once you learn how to kick it by yourself, bro, you don't care who with you, bro. I am a straight up loner. I'm a lone ranger, one deep, solo, dolo. If that was a person, it would be me. I'm not saying I don't got homeboys and I don't got friends. I do, that I got love for sure. Each one of my are loners too. Every nigga that I fuck with, they hang by themselves. You feel me? Once you learn how to be by yourself, bro, you good. You don't care who with you, who talk to you, bro. Sometimes you be wishing that don't call you. Most of the time it be about some bitch ain't coming with no opportunity, no money, no peace of mind, nothing positive. Don't even want to talk to you. Man, I'm so okay with being by myself, taking trips by myself and all, but peaceful by myself. I ain't got nobody in my ear. I can eat what I want to eat, go when I'm ready to go, leave when I'm ready to leave, listen to the type of music that I want to listen to when I want to, and I ain't got somebody on the side of me that ain't on the same page. Now, we on the same frequency. A lot of the time, I'm cool with that. But a lot of these people, we don't even be on the same frequency, and that's crazy because we all listen to the same music, see the same news feeds, see the same FYP pages, got some of the same interests, but when it come to like taking trips and being around each other and all that hanging, sometimes be on a whole different vibe. It's okay to be by yourself. A lot of people don't know how to be by themselves. Go from dick to dick, house to house, couch to couch. Tighten up, man. You always gotta be in a bit face. Always gotta have a bit listening to this story, man. Just chill, fall back, Kojak. You'll learn a lot more about yourself and you'll learn a lot more about life. That's when you gonna know the real you. You won't learn the real you till you got enough time with yourself. And that's facts. When you spend enough time with yourself, then you really gonna learn who you are, what you like, how up you is, what you need to work on. If you real with yourself.
We are living in a time where holding someone accountable gets you labeled the problem. People don't want the truth. They want to be right. And the second you question that, now you're toxic, narcissistic, or gaslighting. Not because you are, but because you didn't play along with their ego. They want validation, not reality. They want comfort, not correction. Because accountability forces a mirror, and most people can't stand what they see in it. So instead of owning anything, they flip it on you. Suddenly, your honesty is an attack, your standards feel unsafe, and basic responsibility feels like blame. So what do? They shut down, avoid it, or cut you off. Anything to protect their ego from being exposed. But here's the part they don't want to hear. Nothing changes without accountability. No ownership, no growth, just the same patterns, repeated while they keep blaming everyone else for why their life doesn't move.
So apparently every girl's ex was toxic or and she was perfect. Recent studies from the University of Delusion have confirmed that no woman has ever been the problem. I've never heard a girl say, it was me. He tried really hard, but I gaslit him and keyed his car. It's always he was insecure, he manipulated me, he didn't know how to handle a real woman. If you've had 11 boyfriends in 9 years and every single one of them had the same problem, at some point, just mathematically speaking, that just can't be true. You smashed his windshield, changed your number, and then posted a TikTok, healing in silence. And now every time a guy asks for a basic respect, he's controlling. Every time he checks in, he's giving narcissist. More likely than not, Sometimes he was the problem, sometimes you were the problem. You all just need God and not a new boyfriend.
I'm 30 years old. Here's why most men won't date me. Well, I think you just told us why, but let's see. I wake up naturally before 6 a.m. No, that's not the reason. I work up 7 days a week. No. I have way too many hobbies. No. I don't watch TV. No. I expect direct it. No. Inconsistency gives me. No. If someone hurts or disrespects me, I quietly put no. I'm a lover girl to a foot. No. I have a zero tolerance policy for hot and cold. No. I don't entertain cat and mouse games. No. If you spend a lot of time with me, I will convince you that you're capable of everything you've ever dreamed of. How could that be a no? I read you like a book. No. I'm in a different country at least once per quarter. Okay, there we go. Now you're saying the truth. Yeah, that's a massive red flag. I am expensive. Oh, so you're a gold digger. You saved the last two for the actual reason that most men don't want to entertain a 30-year-old expensive woman. Oh, it's because I have a lot of hobbies. No, it's because you're a gold digging.
One boundary of mine that's kind of a non-negotiable at this point is that I am no longer willing to be the catalyst in someone's emotional or psychological development, especially at their big age of in their mid-30s. They are basically halfway to 70, and if they haven't gained the courage to look at themselves in the mirror, I'm unfortunately not willing to play that game. Even though I'm significantly younger than that, I find myself in these situations where I am more emotionally intelligent or more self-aware, and I'm then in a place of being the trigger for their own growth journey. And for a while, I was like, maybe this is why I've been put on this earth. I was not put on this earth to be tortured like that.
Men are loyal to nobody but themselves. When they're in a relationship, they always know how to put themselves first. They don't think about the interest of their partner, of the significant other. They just know how to put themselves first because they're only loyal to themselves. They're not even loyal to their own friends. When you break up with them, you know who is the first to be in your DMs? Their friends, their brothers, homeboys, childhood friends. It don't matter. They be waiting for their friend to F up so that they can shoot their shot at you. I'm telling you, these men are only loyal to themselves. Just remember that.
Slowly in the top, so I jumped off the building, the level bus spot on the pavement. Landed on my head where my house go.
What type of cuck humiliation ritual is this? Your girl is probably going to end up cheating on you if she hasn't already. If your girl dresses provocatively while she's in a relationship with you, she does not respect you, because if she did, she would dress modest. Any woman that dresses provocatively while she's in a relationship is looking for validation from other men. She doesn't respect you. These modern men are simps that allow their females to walk all over them. It's quite pathetic at this point.
In my engagement, and today I'm moving out. There wasn't any betrayal. He didn't cheat or anything. Honestly, I just changed my mind. Sometimes clarity comes quietly. Choosing yourself doesn't always need a big explanation. But my village, the women in my life, are so amazing. They've shown up for me in more ways than one. Helping me pass, sitting with me, praying for me, making a hard transition feel lighter just by being there. I'm so grateful for community, for having people who hold you up when you're stepping into something new. So here I am, closing this chapter, putting pieces of my old life into storage, and stepping into a new season. I don't know exactly what the future holds, but I am excited. I feel at peace, and I'm ready for what's next in the new year.
You're gonna turn 35. That's what's next. You're gonna turn 35 and get a small dog and put clothes on them like you're a human being and get a whole bunch of cats. That's what's next. The fact that you had a beautiful, amazing relationship that didn't have any infidelities or any kind of betrayal, and you still walk out that door for something that you don't even know what it is, just let you know you're gonna be single forever. And that's cheering you on, them hoes single, and they're gonna be single forever. Yeah, what's next is 35, and it hits, and then you realize that all that's out here is inconsistent. You had a man that wanted to build and protect and provide for you, and he actually cared about you and cared about your well-being, and you left him for the streets, and you're gonna turn 35, and then the cloud over your dating life is never gonna stop raining. It's just gonna pour down until the cats come out. That's what happened. And gentlemen, you just gotta focus on yourself, man, because at any point in time, these women could just throw it all away for nothing, and then years of your life are wasted and squandered on a woman that just wasn't happy with herself, so she blamed you and left that other money. I mean, seriously, at this point, I don't know what else to say. You guys are missing the bag. I'm not a gatekeeper. I will give you the game. Now, unfortunately, you took too long to tap into my $300 deal. Now it's $500. It's about to go up to $1,000 at the top of the year. But listen, this is the type of money you can make in less than an hour a day. 5 days a week, less than an hour, you can clear this. Or you can keep working that job you hate, 40 hours a week for 40 years for $40,000. Or you can make this kind of money with 1 hour a day. You can spend the rest of your day doing whatever you want. DM # content. Let me get on the phone and show you how I scaled up my content, how I scaled up my platform, and how I brought in that bag. And this is one page. I got like 5 of them. Tap in with me. Have your money ready. Don't DM me unless you got $500. There it is. That ugly money.
I think, this is what a lot of modern women need to understand. She was talking about when a man feels unappreciated, he's not going to storm out. He's not going to make a scene, but he's just going to quietly fade away from the man that and what happened to the man that I love? What happened to the man that did this and did that? You didn't show appreciation for him. You kept on talking about stuff was the bare minimum and quite frankly, a whole bunch of nonsense. And so that man said, okay, well, I'm going to stop doing that. I'm going to stop doing this. I mean, modern women talk about a lot of things being the bare minimum. Saying thank you is the bare minimum. Saying sorry is the bare minimum. I mean, we learned that in elementary school. We learned that as kids, how to say thank you, how to be grateful, how to share. That's basic stuff. And modern women aren't even doing that. And then they tell a man that he's not measuring up.
I'm married, but I got a lot of homies in the dating field and they keep telling me that it's effed up. And here's why I think it's effed up. I just think people are fed up, bro, and they want something real. They want something authentic. They realize that the flesh can only do so much, and it's time for the spirit to take over. People got to work within themselves to be the best version of themselves. People can't keep falling for the flesh. People can't keep falling for temptation. People can't keep falling for It's about having a deeper relationship and a deeper connection. And it's hard to find people who are also on that wavelength. But here's the good news. There's a lot of people working on themselves. I've been telling my homeboys, just work on yourself. Work on yourself. Work on yourself, because there's a woman who's also working on herself, and eventually y'all will meet. You see what I'm saying? He who finds a wife finds a good thing. You will find a wife, bro, but you can't force it. You know what I'm saying? You got to match it. You got to make sure that you are on the right wavelength and you're doing the right things in your life to attract that. But yeah, man, I think the dating game is messed up because people who may be looking for a deeper connection are meeting with shallow people, and people who are shallow are meeting with deeper people. And so, you just got to work on yourself right now. And I feel like people who are working on themselves, they're the ones that's going to win in the end.
Why is it that any guy will always tell me, don't get married? Like, that's the piece of advice that they have for a young man is, don't get married. You'll regret it. Or they come up with some horror story about some divorce that they have been through that just ruined their lives. They took everything, but I don't get it. I just want to know, why is that the advice that we're getting from even the older generation, 50, 55, 60-year-old guys that, before social media, everyone's saying that relationships were better, right? But we're still getting the same advice from these older guys telling us not to get married. I mean, with the divorce rate through the roof, I'm just saying, very, very rarely, maybe 1 out of every 50 dudes that you talk to will give you it's the best thing I've ever done, you need to find your partner. And you get that every now and then. I'm not going to say you don't. But a majority, a big majority is don't get married. Why?
One time when I was 21, I was dating a guy, and I asked him one time why he never pulled out a chair for me or opened my car door or really held any door open for me in general. He looked me in my face and said, "You're an adult grown woman with 2 functioning arms. Why would I do that?" I thought that was pretty crazy, pretty rude, pretty disrespectful. Fast forward, I'm 25 years old. I start dating another guy, and I tell him this story to kind of gauge, where are you at? If you agree with him, maybe I should rethink some things. But nope, he says, "Oh wow, that's so crazy. How could he do that?" Perfect. 2 months into our relationship, this man has yet to do a single one of those things. So I confront him, and I'm like, "Hey, how come you never do any of these things?" He almost gives me the exact same answer. It's my other ex-boyfriend. I'm staring at him, and I'm just like, I'm waiting for it to click, I'm waiting for him to remember that I've actually come to him before and brought this up as a behavior that I found very disrespectful. And it did not click. I actually had to refresh his memory. And he had no real defense other than I'm an independent woman and I can do things myself. So
This tea that I'm about to spill, I usually reserve exclusively for my private community, the Future Wives Club. However, I feel like being kind, so you're welcome. If you are serious about being intentional with your love life and being around like-minded, equally yoked men, you need to be in DC for the Congressional Black Caucus this weekend up until September the 28th. This is where you're going to find your lawyers, your politicians, your entrepreneurs, your executives, people who are serious about showing up for their community. Now, of course, it needs to make sense. So you need to be in the spaces of law, politics, public policy, public advocacy, right? So once your personal or your professional interests align, you need to be in the vicinity. You don't even actually have to attend the conference. The real magic happens at the mixers and the parties and the accompanying events. So search CBC Week or check Eventbrite for more details. And if you want to get weekly alerts around events that are happening in your city, in your state, then go ahead and comment the words future wife to join my community so I can give you those updates ASAP. See you soon.
The number one thing your man needs from you, and if this doesn't come from you, he'll look for it elsewhere. By the way, I'm Ashley Lima, and I teach women how to bring out the alpha in their man. So if you like stuff like that, follow me. Now, if your man doesn't get this from you, he will go looking for it somewhere else. Not necessarily in another woman, but in work, in hobbies, in his friends, because something inside of him is starving. The easiest way to meet this need is simply by the way you speak. When we nag, complain, and criticize, what he's hearing is, "You're not enough, you have failed, and I do not appreciate you." That pushes him away and tears down your home. But when we speak with softness and kindness, even the simple please and thank yous or greeting him when he comes home, he feels that on a deep level. Honor and respect. He needs this like food and water. And a wise woman knows this is her secret superpower. Your words can either rot his bones or be the wind in his wings. If you want to start becoming the woman who builds her home up instead of tearing it down, comment guide for a link to my ebook, The Words He's Been Waiting For.
First things first, good morning. This T.I. cap. Y'all, I don't even know why y'all did it. We're going to get into that. You posting a that I've been with before, talk about some he can't eat and he got a 3-inch. Lies. That as a rocket ship. So right now, all of y'all credibility is shot at this point. Then y'all got on there posting that dress like Craig from next Friday with the jersey with the number 4 on it. For what? Y'all is gonna expose these and still stay with them. This is what y'all do. You find out cheating by going through the phone, cry, throw us up, stay with them. It's the same. But one thing I can say is it ain't that much fun when a rabbit got the because I always told me that. Because there's a T-app for y'all. I saw that one too because I'm not biased. I had to check out both. I'm a journalist. And y'all don't look the same way that y'all do when y'all make these videos that start off, and I quote, "As a man, y'all need to shut the fuck up." When that camera was in y'all face and that light was flashing down and I seen every part of the edges, well, what was there? Y'all got potholes in your edges. These can't be the same in the video. Asking for a bag. I see 2 bags under your eyes. I guess the makeup and concealer in that videos be saving y'all, huh? Then y'all is in the video have in the sucking. Y'all are whores. These are y'all customers. These in return to give you no money. That's why y'all get up here complaining they weren't thrilled with their service. I think y'all is still in that identity crisis. Y'all are whores. You don't get treated like a prince. You asked for some money. He wanted some head. What's the problem?
Can I share with you guys some of my favorite things about being married? So I've been married for 2 years now. My favorite thing about being married is being able to go to sleep with my husband every single night. And that might sound simple, that might sound small, but hear me out. There is something about laying next to him every single night. He goes to sleep faster than I do. And there's just something so peaceful about seeing him breathe. You know, just seeing him just rest, you know, because he works so hard. So just seeing him at peace resting, knowing that he's safe, like knowing that he's safe and sound, immediate peace for me. You know, that he's right next to me, knowing that I get to do this every single night. So like say he'll be turned and I'll like come to like spoon him where he's like the little spoon. He'll lift his arm up. He's unconscious. He's not awake. He'll lift his arm up so I can put my arm, like once I put my arm underneath, he'll lift his arm up like he unconsciously knows that it's me going to hold him. And that is just so cute to me. It is like, you love me in your sleep. Oh my God. Okay, last favorite part. Like just anytime, like we cuddle, we snuggle, all of that stuff, he'll make like a little like whimper. He'll like, Like, he'll just like make a little sound, and it's just so cute because he's not awake. He's not doing it on purpose. So it's like deep in your soul, you love me.
Ladies, you know I love you, but y'all gotta stop with this goof cap of what he won't do, the next man will. As a 38-year-old eligible bachelorette, I could tell you right now, the next man probably won't. You'll get it worse from him. But something that I really want to discuss with y'all, and this is gonna catch me smoke, but you can't cancel reality. The playing field is not level. There are more good single women than there are good single men. And the reality is, what you won't do, the next actually will. There are good women with good and good credit and good manners, thirsty as to come scoop up a man who will go 50% on the bills and come home at night to play his little game. You feel me? You're so worried about aesthetics and keeping up with the Joneses and what so-and-so did on Instagram. You feel like your man ain't putting on for you. Let me tell you something. A good man is a man who comes home every night. It's a man who listens and communicates to you. It's a man who doesn't cheat. It's a man who pays bills and shows up for the children and fixes things where he can. That's a good man. And the same way that you want to be loved, he wants to be loved too. Everybody is a prize, not just you. Stop expecting these men to jump through hoops to earn your love, but you're asking for a love that you can't even reciprocate. You got to be willing to give what you want to get in order for that to last. So if you got a good man, start pouring into him and stop dangling greener pastures in front of his face. Because if you had it like that, you'd have it like these ladies, you know.
And I think it's, honestly, I think it's hilarious that we keep on talking about things such as, well, the man is only loyal to his feelings. They're not even loyal to each other, yada, yada, yada. Once again, we gotta start holding ourselves accountable to the types of men that we hang around, to the types of men that we date. They're never gonna do that. Modern women sit up here and talk about men only, they put themselves first, and this and that. But then they sit up here and say, a woman started an app, sat up here and said, I gotta have a deposit first. And the ladies on this app, we have to have a deposit first before we go out anywhere with anybody. Is that putting the man first, or is that putting yourself first? I got a whole bunch of I got a whole bunch of stuff to do. So if you want to date me, if you want to go out with me, then you're gonna have to pay for a babysitter. I'm a single mom. Is that putting the man first, or is that putting yourself first and your needs? See all this chatter and this talk and all this other nonsense? Y'all gotta start thinking about what you're saying.
Scared. Let's go put gas in my car.
Oh, she just spit on you, bro.
I didn't mean to. That's
you, bro. Dumbass bitch.
Why would you spit on somebody and think nothing's gonna happen to you? 12, I'm down.
Oh, wow. Hey, come on, man. Hey, chill it.
Oh my god.
Oh, lady.
I'll punch the fuck out of you.
Hey, lady, you're crazy.
Erase
lady. Lady. Move. No, you can't hit me. Yeah, call him. You hit me. I got you on camera hitting me. I got you.
If I go on one more date, if I have one more encounter with a man in his early 30s telling me that what he's looking for is a hustler, that he's looking for a queen to build an empire with, to be hustling for the next 5 years, I'm officially tapping out. Because what y'all don't get is us girlies in our early 30s, we've been hustling. We fell victim to the girl boss, and we was girl bossing for the last decade. We went to school, we started our businesses, we bought houses, we've been doing this on our own. We've been on our independent woman shit. And you talking to me about hustling another 5 years? My mans, I'm trying to have some babies. And you want me out here working too and hustling? You got me that.
Tone of a relationship, the woman creates the atmosphere of it.
Love it. So if a man goes in and he sets a tone, I had to set a new tone in my house, which now the tone that I'm setting, Kim creates the atmosphere for. I get home, it's peace in there. It's welcoming in there. It's warm in there. You know, sometimes I go in there, good pot of beans cooking, you know, and because the atmosphere is right. But it didn't, I at first was expecting her to set the atmosphere so it can change my tone. But I'm the man in this relationship. So the man has to go in, set a new tone in his house, and watch that woman create an atmosphere. She can't even help herself. She created to create an atmosphere for you. That's the way God wired her. And because your tone is off and your harshness is there and you don't quite understand who she is, the Bible says, husband, dwell with your wife according to knowledge. Learn who your wife is. Learn.
Hey, you guys.
Yeah. I'm working tonight because it's slow, so it's wider than you. I made that. That's why it looks so pretty.
Wow.
That could be like
Thank you so much.
And then,
This is such creepy behavior by that woman. I don't get it, because if you're interested in a man, why don't you just say that out loud? But instead, you film the man while he's working and he essentially has to be nice to you. And then you ask the internet, get millions of views on this video exposing this man. You ask him who he is and he ends up answering. His girlfriend also ends up answering. And I just don't get it. Like, if you're interested in someone in that moment, please let them know. Do not take a video of them and post it online. It's just creepy. And I think that it comes from this deranged thought that a lot of women have that any man would be so happy for her to be interested in him. That is not the case, okay?
Hello, my name is Tish. So you're going through a toxic time in your relationship, and guys, you do not know how to get back to those healthier, happier times. My name is Tish. I am a health and relationship coach. I work exclusively with men, and here are 7 ways you can lead your relationship or marriage during toxic times in the relationship. 1. Set clear expectations between you and your loved one. 2. Be a positive role model yourself. If you want positivity, you have to exude positivity. 3. Foster or cultivate a culture of trust and respect. 4. Address the issues head on. Don't let them fester and get out of control. 5. Provide support to your wife. 6. Know when to seek a health coach to make things better. And 7, be the advocate for change. Thank you.
In light of Men's Mental Health Month, I want to let this be known. If your man says no, that does not mean that he does not like you, that he does not find you attractive, or anything else in between. Because the amount of times I'll see a woman complain about, oh, nobody can tell me no. Huh? Because, ma'am, you sounding a little rapey right now. You're sounding very rapey right now, because let a man tell you that. Y'all be some hypocrites, y'all. Why am I seeing women basically admit that they be boyfriends? What? This is never that serious. And this is why I keep saying lustful demons, because y'all genuinely be lustful as demons. It's okay to not have for one time. If anything, that will make the next time you have better. Practice abstinence. Practice celibacy. Like, bro, like, I don't know what's going on with this generation.
I've given up on dating because there is no age range that works for me. So I'm 55. Men who are 55 and are available are either 1, divorced. If they're divorced, it's usually their fault. If you've never been married, then you're either really ugly and nobody ever wanted to marry you, or you're way too good looking and you've just been playing the field the whole time and you're a complete narcissist. Divorced men are also totally disgruntled. They think it was the woman's fault. They're mad about everything, and they're usually bald and fat. Men in their 40s are better looking, but if they're divorced, they usually have little kids. And if they're divorced, they're either pissed off because they're divorced and life didn't turn out the way they planned, or they're just busy trying to get as much you-know-what as they can because they're free again. And they're not interested in anything else but just that. Men in their 30s are fine that they haven't had kids yet or anything, because they're still in their 30s. They're better looking, they have hair, but you have nothing in common with them. I'm 2 lifetimes ahead of them. That's it. There's nothing left. There is nothing left.
Here's a sentence I would never say. This generation of men are wonderful. I love opening my own door. I love paying for my own dinner or going halfsies. I love being the one that has to carry my suitcase in and out of the car, up and down the stairs, everything. I love doing the heavy lifting. I love driving and having my little passenger princess on the side. Yeah, this generation of men, we love them. They're incredible.
Guess what? I don't feel bad. You reap what you... So, women created this generation of men. All these beta boys that walk around and don't want to do anything. You created it. You punished men for being men for so long that they stopped being manly. Because every time they did something, you punished them. And even when you want it, depending on how they look, is what you will define as if they're allowed to do it or not. So if you want men to be men, if you want men to carry your bags up the stairs, if you want men to drive, then let them be men. Stop punishing them for everything that they do. Stop telling them that they're evil, that they're wrong, that they're toxic, that they're dangerous. That's how you fix this. But only women can fix this. Men can't fix it. Because men are going to let you do your... If you want to scream equality and you want to scream, we can do everything men can do, then do it. And stop complaining about it. You can't have it both ways. And you can't have it if it's just a hot guy. See, that's the problem, is you base everything on the way a man looks. That deems if he's creepy or not. So if you want men to be men, then stop punishing men for being men.
Okay, how would you respond to this, and who's right, me or her? Somebody on my timeline posted this. The guy said, "Hey, love." She said, "What up, though?" And he said, "What you on?" She immediately took offense. She posted it on social media and said, "Hey, how would you respond to this?" So I responded and said I would soften up. And I would be like, "My bad, babe. How are you?" Because in my experience, dudes don't like to be talked to like from chicks that they kicking it with. So most of the comments were like mine. And she said, look, most dudes who not from Detroit appreciate a chick who like, "What up, though?" It was friend zone vibes. Like, once you say "what up, though," like, you kind of talking to him like, that's my, like, not, that's my man, my man, my man. Now, she goes on to say that she's never been denied access to a man because she said "what up, though," but that's not really what I meant. So I don't feel like he denied her access. I feel like he was like, "What tip you on?" I have very much so had a man be like, who you talking to? When I didn't talk to him like he one of my homeboys. Is it a problem for men if women speak to them like they the homie? Now tell me, who do you agree with? Do you agree with her that his response wasn't warranted, or do you agree with me that her response may have come across a little friend zone-y, that's the homie vibey type deal?
So a 55-year-old woman, and this is what's crazy to me, 55-year-old woman is sitting up here talking about, man, men in my age range can't do anything with them. They're divorced and choose that their fault. They're fat and bald. If you go to a man, he's in his 40s, he's probably divorced, or he has little kids. He's probably upset about the divorce, or he's trying to be out here basically playing the field. If a guy in his 50s has never been married, he's probably a total narcissist. And if a guy in his 30s is not married yet, he looks good, but we don't really have anything in common, yada, yada, yada. And once again, I, as with many other men, all we really hear is, I'm not the problem. I'm completely healed. There is nothing wrong with me. And so, I can't find anybody because I'm so far ahead of the game. I'm probably one of the best people that you would ever find, you'd ever see. I got my stuff together. I got my own house. Yeah. Give me the whole rundown. Give me the whole rundown about how you're the most fantastic person that we've ever come across. Accountability, man. Self-awareness.
Well, I messed up talking to my husband again. So I was sitting in the bedroom working,
And he comes in and he's like, "Are you making something? The oven's on." And I was like, "Oh yeah, actually I started making these new cookie things for the kids, and there's dough that I had to make, but I didn't realize that it needed to chill for 30 minutes first. So I had to put the stuff in the refrigerator." He just cuts me off and he's like, "Do you want the oven on?" And I stop and I think, and I'm like, well, and then he cuts me off again. He's like, "I'm going to turn it off." And I'm like, "Yeah, I think that's a good idea. You can just turn it off." See, I over-explained and I gave way too many details that men just really don't give a about. He didn't need to know what I was making. He didn't need to know why I was making it. And he didn't know the dough needed to chill for 30 minutes. None of that information is ever relevant to men. We need to leave that kind of stuff out of our stories. Women, we share all of our details with each other. So the dough having to chill for 30 minutes is super relevant to a woman, but it isn't to a man. We shouldn't say those kinds of things to men. All he needed to know was that, yes, he could turn the oven off.
Or how about being married, right? You know how hard it is for a man to say that he wants to commit to you, to marry you? And it's not that men are scared of marriage, they're scared of divorce. They're scared of everything being taken from them. Let's just make it clear, right? And how much it takes for a man to say that they want to do that. And then you say, "Hey, I want to get divorced," because you want some other male attention and you expect another male to want to marry you when you already saw you were divorced? What do you think that he sees, if he has any brain, if he sees that you're divorced? What does that mean to him? Hey, same thing might happen to you. Right? It makes sense, right?
The right woman is more than just peace. She is multiplication. She makes you sharper. She challenges your excuses. She expands your vision. She's not just nodding along on your ideas. That's the difference between a woman that keeps you comfortable and a woman that makes you dangerous. The wrong woman drain you with drama, insecurity, distraction. The average woman, she keeps you stable, quiet, comfortable, predictable. But the right woman, she multiplies everything. She multiplies your focus, your ambition, your discipline, your results. Being with her doesn't just feel good. She makes you better. Men don't just rise by themselves. Behind every man that dominates, there is a woman that demanded more of him, who believed bigger when he doubted. So stop looking for someone that just won't disturb you. That is too...
Let her go in that phone and see that work in that bitch. Let her see that work in that phone, dog. Let her see them women asking you, "What have you ate today?" And they made your favorite food, bro. Let her see the ones in there playing with that thing, making it squirt. Let her see that work, nigga. She gonna hoop and holler, nigga, but she ain't going nowhere. She ain't going nowhere. She need to see that, dog. She don't think you got no action, bro. She don't think you can get to it. You go to work, you come home, you wear the same. You don't trim your beard up, you don't cut your hair no more. She done turned you into a Mr. Bookman. She don't think you can get to nothing no more.
I ain't ready yet. You don't got a big back. I would say that you heavy set. I'm a playmaker. I be passing like Jerry West. Ready Crown Street.
You've actually done some research looking at what predicts divorce. What did you find?
The most long-standing research into marriage and relationships was by the Gottman Institutions, and they studied 10,000 couples in a lab over a couple of days. They were able to predict with 80% accuracy which couples would stay together and which ones would get divorced within a year. And it was simple thing as responding to each other's bids for connection. What I mean by this is when we have a partnership where one person comes home and expresses an emotion, the other one picks up on it. That partnership has the base levels to last a really long time. So it could be a simple thing like you come home from work and say, "Oh, I'm so tired." And your partner says, "Why? What's wrong?" Simple connection. From that connection, they trust each other and then they start to lean into each other. But if you come home and you're like, "I'm so tired," and your partner either says nothing or says, "Why are you tired? I'm the one that's been with the kids all day." That turning away from each other's emotional needs is the training ground for divorce.
If your wife has recently told you that she
wants a separation, it's not because she's trying to save the marriage. It's not because she's trying to rekindle some spark that existed between you. There's only one reason why she wants a separation. Your wife's nervous system doesn't feel at ease around you, and she's far past the point of accepting new commitments, new promises, and even new changes. Now, in a separation, there is only one emotion that she can feel that would lead the two of you back to each other. And it's not hope, it's not love, it's confusion. She's got a model about you built in her head. This model was built up over years of the relationship the two of you have had. Your only job in a separation is to confuse that model, and you can only do that if the change that you go through is real. This means that you go as no contact as possible with the exception of having good co-parenting. Give her the separation that she's asking for. You go rebuild the man, reconnect with your body, your purpose, and your relationships. The natural outcome of this work will be a man who wants the marriage, but who can live without it. And when you create that man, her nervous system will finally relax in your presence. Follow me now, thank me later.
I was dancing on somebody, and
What kind of dance you doing?
you know what kind of dance I was doing.
On a dude.
Yeah. We kind of kiss.
You for real? You playing? You trolling? You trolling? She trying to prank me. She trying to prank me.
Sorry.
You for real? Why you wait though? Why you ain't been tell me?
Can I be
I
for
was
real?
nervous, and then on top of that, the next day I didn't remember. My girlfriend just called me.
I got a feeling you feeling better apart.
Told me what happened,
Consistency
and
killing
then
what
kinda
we
all
thought
came
was spark.
back.
Missing the
I
long
didn't
day
meet you.
trips
I
just to
didn't
ride
know
with you,
what I was
rolling
doing.
up weed.
It's over.
Getting high with your head
Us?
video.
Yeah.
3, 4,
Back to the
5.
drawing board.
Take you back to the room and I slide in.
I gotta go back to the drawing board. It's over. Yeah, it's over. Now look,
We've been together for 3 years.
It don't matter. I'm gonna tell you how this drunk go. You get drunk, yeah, you probably do some, right? But it's still like you gonna be a little aware. You know what I'm saying? You was aware of what you was doing. I'm gonna tell you how I know. Have you ever met a man that said, "Oh, I got too drunk where they ain't that damn drunk to do that"?
A lot of them don't have it.
No, because the things they're looking for is what a father provides to a daughter. A woman that wants all her bills paid and to be taken care of and just on every level, that's something your father does for you, baby. Like the man that feeds you, clothes you, houses you, makes sure that you have everything that you need and is not looking for anything from you. That's your father. That's your dad. You see what I'm saying? So I don't think nowadays the lack of fathers in a lot of the women's life is playing out as they get older. Because the women that I know that were raised with their fathers, they don't expect a man to do everything for them. The women raised with their fathers, it's not weird that they have to pay some bills. They don't find that funny or oh my God, or they find that like being grown.
Right.
They don't look at they're not looking for to do everything for them. From my experience, the women that are raised with their father, they move different, brother.
Nah, for sure. If they got their dad, they move way different.
And to me personally, man, I feel like that's what the problem is. The more we do Trigger Alert and the more I listen to what these women ain't looking for a partner or a man, they looking for a daddy.
Okay, how would you respond to this, and who's right, me or her? Somebody on my timeline posted this. The guy said, "Hey love," she said, "What up though?" And he said, "What you on?" She immediately took offense. She posted it on social media and said, "Hey, how would you respond to this?" So I responded and said I would soften up and I would be like, "My bad, babe. How are you?" Because in my experience, dudes don't like to be talked to like from chicks that they kicking it with. So most of the comments were like mine. And she said, look, most dudes who not from Detroit appreciate a chick who like, "What up though?" It was friend zone vibes. Like once you say "what up though," like you kind of talking to him like that's my, like not, that's my man, my man, my man. Now she goes on to say that she's never been denied access to a man because she said "what up though," but that's not really what I meant. So I don't feel like he denied her access. I feel like he was like, "What tip you on?" I have very much so had a man be like, Who you talking to? When I didn't talk to him like he one of my homeboys. Is it a problem for men if women speak to them like they the homie? Now tell me, who do you agree with? Do you agree with her that his response wasn't warranted, or do you agree with me that her response may have come across a little friend zone-y, you know, that's the homie vibey type deal?
There was a guy that was talking about if your wife wants a separation, then you've basically done something, or there's a reason. He's basically saying she wants a separation because she don't want to save the marriage. She don't want to rekindle a spark. She wants separation because her nervous system does not feel at ease around you. Yes, there's probably some things that you've done or you could do, there's some things that you've done that maybe it probably has made her feel that way. But then also I would say, maybe there's some things that you could do to help the situation. But then once again, also, there are some things that she needs to do in order to help herself. Once again, we keep on talking about, man, you got to set the tone. Man, you got to make sure the house is this, and that. If a man provides and he's protecting, hey, you want to go out on a date? If I'm taking you to do all of these things, sometimes women get in their own heads and they make it to where it's the man's problem. And a man, it's really not his problem, but he tries to solve it. And he becomes a punching bag because she's not emotionally mature, nor is she emotionally stable. So you become the enemy in the situation when really the enemy is her own mind. And she needs to go and take care of that. But she doesn't. She attacks you. Why don't you understand? See, that's what I'm saying. You don't understand me. I'm lost. I'm lost. And a whole bunch of foolishness after you just try to help her. You need to go work on yourself. You need to go to therapy. Yeah, you talking about me. You need to go. Okay, I mean, I've been in therapy. But, even if you're not going to therapy, I can definitely go. You get in therapy and she still don't go. Let's call an ace and a spade. Ace and a spade. She been watching too much TV. She been listening to her girlfriends. She done got in her head. And now she's thinking that the grass is greener on the other side.